Cindy Daycheck here. I usually say that the other way around. I started backward and I couldn't get out of it. Thank you for joining me though tonight. This is What's New Wednesday. And let me start off with a couple of basic announcements. First of all, this whole week, all in stock IOD is on sale 20% off. So that's online or in store. So whatever I have. And that kind of leads me into the second announcement, which means if you're savvy, usually I have an IOD sale to make room for the new releases. And I just heard today, and I think that IOD has announced it to the public. So if you missed it, that there is their summer release happening at the 22nd, Thursday, the 22nd. So next week, a week tomorrow, is the launch of the summer IOD release. Now this, oh Lord, I can't remember if it's 14 or 15 new items. So again, it's just as big as usual. They've got some lovely new items and designs, and that will be live on the IOD channel. They'll do their typical video of all of the new items at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So what's that? 10 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Pacific? I don't know. Anyway, figure it out from there. So my time, my time is 1 o'clock. And that's when I can start making the products go live on my website. So it takes me about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, I think, to go, because I have to go one by one to make them live. But, you know, if you're watching the launch with IOD, then by the time that they are done, know that everything is live on the website and you can go and you can start making your purchases. These, apart from the inlays, because the inlays are always limited edition, none of these are limited edition. So I may run out of stock and need to reorder, and hopefully they have not run out. And so there's some that I can reorder without having to wait for the next container load or something. But we should be okay. So it's not the whole frenetic feeding frenzy of Christmas where everything is limited edition and you got to grab what you can while you can. So should be a little more sedate in purchasing. You should have a little bit of time. But if there's some things that you've got your eye on that you haven't purchased, this week is a good time because they're 20% off, and that's including the inks and the clays and all those kinds of things. So any IOD products in the shop, 20% off. Ends the end of the day Saturday, which means 11:59, not the end of the business day, because you can shop online. So you're good that way. Videos this week. Oh, I forgot to bring them over. Nick, over on the white table, can you grab the necklaces? So the video on Monday was a technique of back in my beading days, because I used to have my own glass studio, made my own glass beads, certainly made tons and tons of different jewelry. So I thought it might be fun to show you one technique that I have used in the past. And this is the necklace that we make on the video. But I show you how to do beaded wire crochet. Now, you don't need a crochet hook, and you don't have to know how to crochet, because I don't know how to do it. And I couldn't make a crocheted anything. But we made this necklace together and they are stunning. This is one that I've had, oh my gosh, maybe 12 years. You can do them in any colored wire that you want so that you can make them more beachy. I show you different clasps. This one I had a big glass button that I used as a clasp. So they are a lot of fun. They make up very fast. And by very fast, I'm saying, you know, within under 2 hours, you can make a full necklace from start to finish, and have a lot of fun along the way. You can get your kids involved in making them too. So depending upon their age, then it's also cool for them to be able to do, and no special tools needed for it from that perspective. And the wires are very thin, easy to cut. So check that out, because I think that you'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and they're kind of addictive, as you can tell, because hard to just make one of them in your lifetime. So that's Monday's video, and Friday's video, I'm actually still playing with. So I can't even show you. I can't even really tell you because it's not done. So I'm not quite sure. So we'll see how that one turns out and whether you get to see it on Friday. Otherwise, I'm scrambling tomorrow to come up with something else. But you know, that's sometimes the way it goes. Although usually when I mess something up, I still show you in the video. So there you go. Let's jump into today's items and kind of show you what we got this week. So some fun and some different things, which I think is pretty typical for me. So first up, because I need it to be out of the way so I can move other things, is this rolling pin that has dog prints all over it. So with these, because this is burned in impressions of the dog prints, it's going to leave raised impressions in your cookie dough or your pastry dough. And so perfect if you're making dog biscuits, but cute just if you're making cookies for yourself and you're a dog lover, I think. So $9 for this specialty roller. And it looks brand new to me. So no concerns there. This little set is a depression glass, obviously pink depression glass, cream and sugar set. So you've got the creamer, you've got the double-handed open sugar, and the lovely little tray with the scroll work handles on either end. And this is $17. I saw this set online, I think for 47, 45, something like that. So 17 is still a deal. Now, these are super cute. So it's a set of 3 nesting baskets with chicken wire and the wood handles. And they're all numbered 1, 2, and 3. So they're obviously graduated sizes so that they fit in together and then they nest. And the set of 3 of them is $24. This guy is a no, I'm gonna mess up how to say it, I think. Baribacoa. No, craft. Baribo craft. Wooden bowl with the handle. This is maple wood. This is handmade in Canada, and it's not it's a slight oval shape. So just lovely. It's got the leather thong to be able to hang it if you want to hang it. It's kind of almost like a big ladle, but lovely bowl. Beautiful decorative bowl as well if you wanted to just decorate it with it for $12. This guy is a vintage bowl. This is from Burley, England, and Burley is a very collectible porcelain manufacturer, and their vintage and antique designs tend to be very pricey. This one I love in terms of the florals. They're all still really vibrant, as is the green border with some of the gold kind of detailing over top. So this is for $11, just a beautiful little serving bowl if you wanted to use it as that. And this item, this is a tube vase. This is from Kaiser, Germany. And again, Kaiser, this is the front with the blossoms and branches, and the bird in the back just has the branch and the blossoms. And Kaiser Germany tends also this line to be very collectible and typically pretty pricey. And it's stamped on the bottom, so you've got the origins of it, and it is $12. This pottery item, which is signed on the bottom, and it looks like J. Doble or Doble. I mean, if we want to put an accent on it, just super cute. I mean, you've got the kind of the plain glaze over the red ware on the bottom, and then you've got the beautiful vibrant blue and blue florals over the kind of the cream center. And it's nice because it's got a black rim around the edge, but it is, I never counted the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. So 6-sided, so it's not like a perfectly round bowl. What's 6 called? Sex what? Sex. Like, it's not an octagon, it's a
Sexagon.
Sexagon?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's 6-sided.
Okay, we're just going with what Nick said. I don't think I've ever heard that term.
There's no 6-sided things.
Okay, maybe. All right, $12. $12 for the sexy
Double
bowl.
sex.
For the sexy bowl. Okay, Joni, if you're watching, honey, look away right now. I don't want to tease you with this. So let's use this as an opportunity to talk a little bit, shall we? So this is a Temptations casserole dish. So it comes with the wire base and the wicker holder, wicker tray, and then we have the deep casserole dish, right? And this is in the floral embroidery pattern, which is just beautiful for summer. And here's the thing. So poor Joni purchased this. And then when I'm doing my research for tariffs, I discovered that as much as this is a US based company and it's designed in the States, it's actually manufactured in China. So here's the deal, guys. If I use my regular shipper, I can't ship things that are made in China. If I do regular shipping with them, because those things go over the border and are shipped to USPS. If I do regular Canada Post and I'm declaring what is in there and I'm declaring where it's made and manufactured, then I can ship Chinese items. So this is ever evolving. I can ship Chinese items to you. But one of the reasons I've been canceling them, and Joni, this is the same as with you, is that immediately you need to know, and I don't have it in all the descriptions because I'm not prepared to do all the research on all the items all up front. So when it becomes something that's made in China and I'm shipping it to the States, it means that you are going to be hit with a tariff. Right now, the 145% tariff on goods made in China has been dropped to 30%. August 1st, I believe it goes up to 54%. So it would mean that poor Joni, if I ship this to her, would automatically be paying 30% more on the price of the good that I sold her. And if I did not tell her ahead of time that it was made in China, she would just be hit with that charge, or anybody in the States would be hit with that charge when it hit their doorstep. They wouldn't deliver it to you until or unless you paid that duty, that you paid that tariff on it. If you refused, then you are out that product. So because I don't have everything identified up front, I like to let you know that, look, this is made in China. I'm going to cancel the order. If you want to reorder it, then you can, knowing that you're going to be paying whatever the tariff is on that particular day, because gosh knows it changes. So as much as it's saying it's going to be 30% until August 1st, and then I'll go up to 54%. I'm making no guarantees as to what it happens to be when it crosses the border into the States. So it could vary. but it does mean that there's going to be that increased pricing on there. And my assumption is that for the most part, people are looking at purchasing the items from me to ship to the States. One, because my prices are awesome. Second, because then that lower price combined with shipping still makes it worthwhile for what the item is, especially in lieu of the position of the Canadian dollar to the US dollar. As soon as you start adding in 30% or more in tariffs, that goes away. That's not as great a deal anymore. So anything that's not made in China is still going to be that great and awesome deal for you. But as soon as it becomes the made in China, then you've got a big tariff that you're going to get hit with, whatever it happens to be. If you choose to pay for that, then terrific. But usually I'm only going to do the deep dive research in terms of where something is actually manufactured, if and when I have to perhaps ship it over the border. I'm not going to do that up front of every product, because that would be crazy making for me. That's just, it would be nuts.
So did you say how much this was?
I think I said 18. Yeah. Okay. So this little tea set is made in Bavaria. So we don't have those challenges with this. And this is lovely. So we've got the teacup, and look at the little delicate designs. It's got trimming in gold. It's got the little pedestal. It comes with the saucer, the matching saucer, and the matching luncheon plate. So this is a beautiful little set with a great big long name that I can't pronounce. Hutchenruther from Auersberg, Bavaria, Germany. So this 3-piece set is for $14. And when I looked up, I couldn't find this exact pattern, which is just beautifully soft and delicate looking in this deep, soft, light taupey kind of color. It's not even a cream. So it's beautiful. But when I looked up versions of this from this particular company, their little sets like this were probably in the 65 to 85 range. So worth it if you love little delicate teacups and things. So I like it. This guy, lovely little stoneware milk pitcher. I mean, obviously you can use it for whatever you want. Super cute, even with florals in it, doing your maple syrup, doing gravy, cheese sauce. I mean, whatever you want. Whatever you want. $7. It's made in China. It says so on the bottom. So $7 for that guy. And this is a pair of houses that are in white ceramic, salt and pepper shakers. And these actually are styled to look like little Dutch canal houses. So the little houses that line the canal. So $8 for these little canal house salt and pepper shakers. And for both of them, it's the little chimneys that are the shaker part. So I like those guys. They're just kind of cute. And I didn't really ever stop. I haven't been to Holland. So canal houses was kind of a new idea for me.
Be interesting to go there, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, see? Salt and pepper shakers. Plan our next trip around. You never know. You never know. Okay, this little plate is from a Simon's Maison. It's designed in Quebec, made in China. Just, I'm reading on the back. So made in China, but designed in Quebec, and for $5. I just love this little trinket dish. So cute, with all the different little sprigs and things on it and leaves. There's a line in Japan called otagiri, and I have a number of different little otagiri items in the shop, which are in the States especially are really highly collectible. I hadn't seen something like this from Otagiri before, but this is an Otagiri sugar bowl or little crock, if you will. I mean, you can use it as a sugar bowl. You could use it as like a little jam pot or butter crock if you wanted. Potted, I was going to say potted something, potted mustard, I think I was thinking, but just super cute in kind of the blue speckle and with the little raised tiered lid to a handle for $9. Wow, for that. This little guy, oh, and I'm losing his price tag doesn't want to stick on him. He's a little wire-legged standing bird, resin bird. Now, I'm selling him as is with his natural kind of taupey browny color. I had got him originally with the idea that I might paint him. And if I need a bird for a project, I may yank him from the store if he hasn't sold prior and use him. I think he's really subtle and cute as he is. If I need a bird for something, I may get him. It looks like a little chickadee. Doesn't he, with a little short beak like that? And
Sparrow.
sparrow, maybe?
Yeah.
Although he's kind of chubby. I think of sparrows as being sleeker birds and chickadees being little chubby birds. I'm just making that up in my head. I don't, just like flowers, I really don't know my birds either. He's $7. Okay, I got a couple of different plates. So this set of plates is done by Paula Scaletta for R2S. It's fine bone China, made in, what's PRC? People's Republic of China?
Yeah.
Okay. But each one is a slightly different floral pattern with a slightly different patterned band. So you've got the blue and the green, the pink band, and then kind of the taupe band. So it's just a super cute little set with different coordinating florals for $18. This, okay, I love this little pottery. So this is stacking cream and sugar bowl. So they're designed to stack. You can see the rim on the bottom of the sugar bowl to be able to fit in here in kind of the taupe and the light blue finish. And you've got the wooden spoon tied on to the side. So this is not been used, just been stored away. It's got the little piece for the sugar spoon. So the set is $9.50.
So Joni is asking a question here. She says, "Hi, Cindy. Yes, I'm watching and much appreciate your explaining the tariff issue. Is it, if the tariff is 30% of what the item costs?"
My understanding is that it is on the price of the item. So,
In Canadian or US dollars, I wonder.
well, either. It's going to be the same amount ultimately. Like even if they're calculating it based on the Canadian price,
Yeah.
then they're going to be paying in US dollars. So it would still be translated out. But when they buy on my website, it converts it automatically to US.
Right.
So I think that you tell me, you see the shipping labels. I think that on the shipping label, the declared value is in US dollars. So then they would pay 30% on the valuation of the declared value on the label. I'm trying to think what that's called. But so yeah, I do not believe, Joni, that you pay on shipping. You don't pay the tariff on shipping. You pay on the value of the item, would be my impression. So if you decide for any item, let's say
This one here.
the big roaster, if you decided that you still wanted it, then I can arrange. So I've been looking into this for you, honey. I can arrange to have that shipped down to you, declaring that it's from China. So you would get dinged the extra 30%. But if you look at the price of it and you decide 30% on top of that is okay by you, then go ahead and repurchase it. And in your case, then I would add the other little guy in to it as well, because I don't think that's going to make any difference to shipping costs. And we kind of factor that all in together for you. So
Be a good test case.
so
She's willing to-
I'd reimburse, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You could always Google what the tariff is applied onto, but that is technically how it should work. And I just have to ship it under a different classification system with my shipper, and it should be okay to be able to go.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just,
it's confusing, but I mean,
yeah, it gets,
you know, her paying in US dollars compared to our price in Canadian makes it cheaper for her than what you're listing it as. So 30% more is like our exchange rate. So it might be around
yeah, it just depends, because I also base the valuation on the price of them in Canadian dollars. So where it fits in US dollars, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's if you're happy with it at 30% more, then go for it. I just canceled it on you, honey, just because I thought that I was still no, I can't ship. So there are certain ways that I can ship it, that I can get it to you, no problem, declaring it's from China, but knowing that you're going to get dinged. So I won't cancel any future ones from China. I will reach out to you guys and say, hey, this item in it is from China. Know that it's going to cost X amount in tariff more. Do you still want it? And then if it's a no way, then I'll cancel the order and totally refund it.
It might be interesting if she was if she does a lot of ordering from you, just to let us know what the tariff amount was on the item that she's purchasing.
Yeah.
If it is.
Yeah, Joni's good. She lets me know when things arrive safely too, because I worry about the packing of things. All right, let's move on. Just this sweet little pottery, hand done. It's got a little pottery stamp on it. I don't know by whom, but some of you guys, I've had a lot of people that really follow certain potters and they know what their symbols are, that have been tracking down and finding some of their pieces in the store. But this is just super sweet. It's got the pale blue and pink bandings, kind of a speckled, kind of slightly bluey gray finish on it. I kind of picture it like with a big peony. You know how sometimes they snap off with short little stems, and you've got the big peony kind of hanging over the side of this. But this little guy is right now
$0.
I know. I looked at the price tag going, that's not right.
You just change that.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 6, Nick.
Okay.
So it'll be 6. Explanation. I think I still want it with the tariff. I'll order it now. We'll see what happens. I'll combine the shipping with the other little one that is sitting over on the desk because it hasn't been packed up yet. And then I'll see what I can do about maybe if it's extra, then I'll reimburse that, or maybe give it as a gift certificate to the shop, and so you're not paying more because we ended up splitting it on you just because we didn't know. We were still figuring this out. It's just crazy times. Up until just now, though, Joni, just so you know, I think that it just got revised yesterday. The tariffs on Chinese goods just dropped to 30% yesterday. Up until then, it was 145%. So that's where I was still operating, was from, it's 145%. Like, come on, you're going to be paying 1.5 times whatever I priced it at. Now that it's dropped down to 30, it's much more reasonable. But no, August 1st, it increases to 54. So it's one of those things you have to keep tracking just in case, right? Okay.
So Joni says, thank you so much for the explanation. I think I still want it with the tariff. I'll order it now. We'll see what happens.
I know. I just answered that question to her. I read it out loud.
I'm just changing the price of that.
He was busy changing pricing and not listening to me. Well, okay. He doesn't listen to me usually anyway, so it's all the same. All right, this little guy, this is solid cast iron. It's got little houses on the front. I don't know if you can see that on all four of them. This was used as a votive holder. I cleaned out all of the wax, which is how I know that they were using as the votive holder. When I looked it up on the internet, that's what it was described as. So, I mean, feel free to do whatever you will with it, but just super cute little votive holder, $13, and excellent for outdoors, things like this, because it's not going to be going anywhere, right? Sometimes I see people that are using candle holders and things outdoors that are very breakable, that you get a good gust of wind and all of a sudden, or somebody knocks into it and then you've got the glass all over on the patio, and not ideal. But that baby's not going anywhere. Nobody's going to be bumping that over or wind blowing it.
Did you get her last message?
It's solid. Yeah, 145% would be crazy. And that was pretty much where we were at until I just got the new notice coming in on the 30. So yeah, I'm with you. That would have been nuts. All right, this mug. So you've got this beautiful cobalt blue on the outside with kind of this raised, I think that you guys can even see like the raised dotted pattern on the outside. But inside is a beautiful indigenous design. So this is actually, it's from the Native Northwest. It includes art from indigenous artists. And this is the Native Northwest is from Vancouver, Canada. So this is like a brand new mug. I love, love, love the colors and the design on the inside. I mean, just the outside in that rich cobalt blue is lovely, but beautiful indigenous artwork on the inside for $8. Okay, I have a big handmade art platter. I just love the vibrancy of that bright golden yellow against that deep, rich blue. It's signed on the back, but nothing that's legible, which is typical, but it is numbered 85. And whatever this means. So if you guys are collectors and it looks sort of like an SR number 85. $11 for this. So much fun. And then I have these beautiful plates. Now these are tempered glass plates in this light blue. So that means that they are designed to be kind of chip and crack proof. These are Luminarc, yeah, that's right, Luminarc plates. I have the full set of 6. So I have the 2 luncheon plates and I have 4 dinner plates for $18. And I love that light blue and in the glass. And it's the shiny on the back is almost matte. I'm digging those. If there was more, I would have gotten more. I love those. Okay, last 2 items. First up is this big baby. Now, big oval wooden basket with handles for $16. Now, obviously, you can have this sitting up on, your tabletop, your credenza. You can stage items in it. I just really loved it. And I think just because I'm getting ready to be planting my vegetable garden for the season is I just imagine taking this out to the garden, laying all my cut produce and my tomatoes and cucumbers into it. Or if you've got a flower garden, you know, all your cut florals into it as you go out. So beautiful, beautiful basket to use for all your cut florals and produce, as well as just a decor piece inside your home. But I loved it for that. I loved it for that with the big wooden handles on it. Last up, okay, is this big watercolor painting. I'm kind of holding, so no, it's this big, long rectangle, but it's of various florals in 3 different vases and pots in it. I'm trying to remember the artist's name. Hang on, let me take a look at it. Oh, Shirley something. I can't read her last name just yet. From 1994. But so fun. Professionally mounted, double matted, lovely frame for $45.
Shirley Pastor.
Shirley Pastor. That's my guess. Shirley Pastor. Okay. And super nice. Now, obviously, this one I put in at a hefty weight because if I was shipping that, which I really don't want to have to do a big painting like that, just the risk of the glass breaking is so high. But I put it in at a pretty substantial weight because I would have to build a structure around it to try and keep it safe, and it's gonna weigh a lot. So there would be a big price tag, I think, on that one to ship, but it's going to go oversized, and I was even just guessing in terms of weight. So we'll see what happens with that one, but it's a nice, lovely soft watercolor. Okay, that's it for tonight, guys. We're just kind of motoring along. I'm doing what I can. I feel like I'm always just kind of playing catch up with you. So my apologies if it feels a bit like that to you as well. Just again, my mom's back in the hospital, so I'm balancing hospital visits every day along with the shop and the shipping and trying to get videos out. So if it feels like anything is a little short or a little fast or, you know, whatever, sorry. Sorry. I'm hanging in. I'm doing double under eye concealer. I put on more to come out back here to you guys tonight because it's a little dark under there. It's just not as much sleep even when I'm at home and I'm thinking, oh, I can get a full night's sleep. I tend to wake up worrying about stuff. So I don't know if you're like that, but I have lists in my head and I start making lists of my lists and I start talking in lists, which drives Nick crazy because I start rhyming off my things just so that I can hear it out loud and see if I'm thinking of the right things or I've missed anything. But I'm doing a lot of that nowadays, just feeling like I have to stay on top of things. So it's a little bit of crazy times, but I appreciate all your support and your good wishes. And Joni, I didn't answer you in terms of your generous offer, but I will. I will get to that. I did read it. I'm ahead on that one. Thanks as always for tuning in, guys. So appreciate you and all the support that you give. Really, really, really means a lot. So thank you for that. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, you guys take care. Oh, I just almost knocked you off the perch.